Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations, a Solstice online event marathon. As you use these activations and meditations, place your own intentions of what you wish to manifest and create and anchor on New Earth. Our program starts shortly. I'm Loren Gailey, and I thank you for joining us in this very sacred circle. We are creating a field of love and oneness as we honor the sun within our hearts, the sun in the inner earth, the sun of our solar system, and the great central sun. I welcome you as a New Earth creator and a New Earth ambassador. Enjoy these activations and meditations of this Solstice 3-day online event. This year, we celebrate the 6th birthday of New Earth. And as with any 6-year-old, this marks a whole new phase of mastery, creativity, and independence as we step out into the world in a whole new way, empowered, impassioned, and serving with unconditional love. The New Earth Terrace is in place, and the vibration that we've been focusing on and embodying is one that allows us to create the new from this New Earth Terrace. If you're listening to this online series, you are a New Earth ambassador. You are a New Earth leader. We are the ambassadors of New Earth, and I honor you. And I thank you for your bright light. Welcome into this very sacred space of light. We are creating a field of love, and together we are adding to the global grid of oneness and unconditional love that is being celebrated during this gateway. The following activations and meditations offer you an opportunity to receive this love and light and amplify it to our beloved planet. The solstice is a celebration of the sun, known as the solar logos. This was personified or incarnated as Jesus and other great avatars of light, known in our history as Buddha, Ra, Horus, Krishna, Mirtha, and Prometheus. And the Son of God is the Sun, S-U-N, of God. So we honor the sun within our hearts, the sun of Mother Gaia, the sun of our solar system, and the great central sun. We allow this light and love to flow into our consciousness and our field of energy, knowing that this great light of infinite information and love is releasing the cords that trigger us back into lower states of consciousness. Allow this great light to fill us up from the inside out, infusing every cell of our physical body with this light and love. We feel it as we soak it in like a hot mineral spring, so beloved by the Native American Indians who frequented these springs for healing. Here's our first presenter in this Soulshine Solstice online event marathon, Patricia Diane Cotto-Robles with the eraofpeace.org. Here's her message for this Solstice Gateway.
Welcome, dear one. I'm Patricia Cotto-Robles, and I'm honored to join with you on this special day for an activity of light that our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven will guide us through. With the unified efforts of heaven and earth, we will invoke the most powerful violet flame cleansing process that cosmic law will allow. This purging process will help to prepare humanity and Mother Earth to safely receive the tremendous influx of light that will bathe the earth during the birth of the new year, 2019. As billions of people focus on the joys of Christmas and the path of divine love that Jesus taught, we will join with the company of heaven and every person's I Am presence to serve as the open door for the most powerful activity of the violet flame that cosmic law will allow. During the opening of the 11-11-11 Gateway in November, our Father, Mother, God breathed into the collective cup of humanity's consciousness higher frequencies of light, which allowed the I Am presence of every person to recalibrate our pineal and pituitary glands and our nervous system. This recalibration prepared every person on Earth at a cellular level to receive higher frequencies of the fifth dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection than we had ever been able to withstand. The most powerful way in all creation to transmute and heal the surfacing miscreations is by bathing that misqualified energy in our Father, Mother, God's violet flame of infinite perfection. With the success of the events on 11-11-11, our Father, Mother, God exponentially expanded the bandwidth of the fifth dimensional crystalline solar violet flame that will bathe the earth and all life abiding upon her throughout the age of Aquarius. Today, we will invoke those powerful new frequencies of the violet flame to cleanse the earth and to pave the way for the God-victorious events that are destined to take place through the unified efforts of awakening humanity and the company of heaven during the new year, 2019. If you have the heart call to be the open door for this awesome gift from our Father, Mother, God, please join me and thousands of lightworkers around the world who will be participating in this invocation through which the new frequencies of our Father, Mother, God's violet flame of infinite perfection will be anchored within the core of purity in every electron of precious life energy on earth. And we begin the invocation for the violet flame of God's infinite perfection. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with the I Am presence of all humanity. As one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, we invoke the most intensified frequencies of the new fifth dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain, we ask you and the legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels who are stationed within every person's aura to blaze this new, unfathomable frequency of the violet flame into the physical plane of earth through every person's heart flame. Secure this violet flame within the core of purity in every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of life on earth. Instantaneously, blaze this violet flame in, through, and around all contamination within humanity's and Mother Earth's physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. Expand this violet flame through all inharmonious actions, all lower human consciousness, and all obstructions of the light that any person, place, condition, or thing has ever placed on the pathway of life's perfection. Transmute this negative energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection, and seal it in an invincible force field of God's transfiguring divine love. Legions of light, we ask that you now expand this activity of light and blaze the violet flame of God's infinite perfection with the power and might of 1,000 suns into the human miscreations that are now surfacing all over the earth to be healed and transmuted back into light. Blaze the violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns through the thoughts, words, actions, and feelings of every man, woman, and child evolving on earth, until every person individually acknowledges and accepts the divinity within all life, and every expression made by humanity is a healing benediction to every part of life on this planet. Blaze this violet flame through all incoming babies, the children, and the millennials, until the sacred knowledge in their consciousness codes is tangibly available in their conscious minds. Expand this activity of light until these precious ones are raised up in energy, vibration, and consciousness to hear and carry out the directives of their I Am presence. Beloved ones, blaze the violet flame through all parents, grandparents, guardians, leaders, teachers, instructors, and professors in every line of endeavor. Now expand this violet flame through all youth centers, schools, colleges, and universities. Create this sacred space where the millennials and the children can express the divine wisdom, God illumination, and enlightenment that is pulsating within the consciousness codes of their DNA. Now blaze this violet flame through all religious and spiritual teachings until divine love, truth, tolerance, oneness, understanding, and universal sisterhood and brotherhood become a manifest reality. Legions of light now blaze this violet flame through all doctors, nurses, healers, hospitals, insurance companies, pharmaceutical conglomerates, and every institution associated with healing of any kind, until divine mercy, compassion, caring, healing, and integrity are tangible realities for every person. Expand this violet flame and blaze it through all banking and financial institutions, all economic systems, all money, and the people associated with monetary interactions of any kind, until every person on earth is openly demonstrating true integrity, honesty, generosity, fairness, abundance, and the God supply of all good things. Now, dear ones, Blaze the violet flame through all places of incarceration and all employed there. Expand this activity of light through every correctional institution, every law enforcement officer, every judge, jury, and court of law, until divine justice is manifest and eternally sustained for every person. Blaze this violet flame now through all of the governments of the world and every person, place, condition, and thing associated with the governments of the world at national, state, and local levels. Intensify this violet flame until every government is focusing on the highest good for all concerned and co-creating an environment of divine love, oneness, and reverence for all life, for every person in every single instance. Expand this violet flame, cleansing all space activities throughout the world until every nation unites in cooperative service so that God's will may be manifest with our sisters and brothers throughout the universe. Blaze the violet flame now through the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of humanity until all aging, all disease, all human miscreations and their cause and core are purified, dissolved, and transmuted into vibrant health, eternal youth, and infinite physical perfection. Beloved ones, expand this violet flame cleansing through the food and water industries. Blaze the violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns through all of the food and water used for human consumption until every particle of food and every molecule of water is filled with light. Empower this elemental substance to raise the vibratory action of humanity's physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies until every person's fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies become a manifest and eternally sustained reality. Beloved ones, now blaze the violet flame in, through, and around the air we breathe and every remaining electron of precious life energy on this planet until we have completed our ascension into the full embrace of the immaculate concept of the new earth. We now accept and know that this unparalleled frequency of the violet flame of God's infinite perfection, which Saint Germain and the legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels have blessed us with this sacred and holy day, is God victoriously accomplishing this facet of the divine plan, even as we call. We now accept and know that this unparalleled frequency of the violet flame of God's infinite perfection, which Saint Germain and the legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels have blessed us with this sacred and holy day, is God victoriously accomplishing this facet of the divine plan, even as we call. We also accept and know that every time we invoke this activity of light, our efforts are being amplified 1,000-fold through our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am that I am.
Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations, a Solstice online event marathon. Our program continues after this musical break. Coming up next, Sandra Walter, Ascension Way Shower. continues with our next guest, Ascension Wayshower Sandra Walter, with an activation of crystalline DNA.
Blessings, beloveds. During this sacred passage, we are celebrating the return of frequencies which support our divine embodiment. Embodiment is done through the DNA, right through the body vehicle, merging the higher self, the multidimensional self, with the lower self, and giving us a palpable expression of embodiment of our highest beingness. We do this through our DNA, so let us celebrate this beautiful passage with a DNA activation. Let us begin with our pure intention. Take a breath, hands on the heart center, and let us unify with our brothers and sisters. Breathing fully into the heart center, opening to the crystalline Christ consciousness that you already are. Opening to Source, the infinite creator that you already are. Take a moment and open the ascension column, opening the toroidal fields across all time, space, dimensions, parallel realities seen and unseen. Align, open, expand. Call forth your personal guidance realms, your higher self, Christ itself, Almighty I Am Presence, Infinite Creator Beingness, Divine Cosmic Mother, Heavenly Father, Paradise Sons of God, all of our divine teams, masters, Christed galactics, angelics, archangelics in service to the pure and true organic ascension. Unifying all as one in this now moment with Gaia, Solaris, brothers and sisters, kingdoms and elementals, all as one. In this now moment, let us open with our pure intention to activate our crystalline DNA, calling in the highest divine love, divine light, divine will, serving the highest intent of all willing hearts in service to the pure and true ascension. So be it. Beautiful. Take a breath. DNA itself creates personal, collective, and multidimensional experiences in form. That is your gateway, your interface with light into form. It is a photonic light receiver and generator. DNA does both. It receives frequencies as well as generating light within the body, in the cells. Divine human DNA contains markers for ascension, a pure experience of source consciousness in form. When our activated heart centers, resonating with divine love, divine unity consciousness, lock into the vibration of Christ consciousness, it allows the toroidal fields of the DNA to begin to spin and radiate diamond plasma, solar crystalline light. It is a frequency, and this creates the crystalline DNA activation. Our cells and our energy fields and our realities attempt to match that vibration and create it as a reality. Christ consciousness shining through the crystalline DNA is the bridge between worlds. The old reality of the dense two-strand inactivated DNA moves into 12-strand DNA with activation, which allows access to other worlds, other realities. It allows you to create that. It allows us to collectively heal and co-create new realities, such as the new earth. Like a primary Christed ascension timeline which bridges realities, we utilize crystalline DNA as a gateway to a new experience because it bridges dimensions, and densities. DNA receives cosmic light through micro wormholes in the DNA itself. DNA itself, when it's working in harmony, creates these little torus bundles. It tries to bundle in sacred geometric frequencies and forms to create more light and more harmony and more of that higher reality within the cells. DNA is constantly trying to bundle in sacred geometric form with the influx of divine cosmic rays coming onto the planet right now. When we're stressed out or fearful, the strands contract and it cannot flow in that sacred geometric form. But when you're working with your heart torus and your energy fields and you're consistently commanding the toroidal fields to open in order to reflect and reprogram the DNA to do the same thing, we're opening up to harmony. It allows the DNA to rebundle and spin in divine perfection. DNA is creating energy fields within the nucleolus, within your cells. Every single cell in your body is trying to do this. It is being asked to do this by the cosmic frequencies coming onto and emanating from Gaia's crystalline core. When the toroidal fields are spinning properly, they emanate light. The cells emanate light. DNA is a receiver and a transmitter of cosmic frequencies. When spinning properly, it can actually receive the photonic light that's coming in from these areas of space, from the cosmic stargates, from the sun, from Gaia herself, and it allows the activation of the 12-strand DNA. The markers, what they used to call junk DNA, in your strands itself, those are the areas that we're going to work with in order to activate the 12-strand etheric structure of DNA. There are toroidal fields around these areas, around the markers, what they used to call junk, and this is a multidimensional operation. So the markers are what they see under a microscope, what they didn't know they were for, and now we are now tapping into those markers for Christ consciousness and activating through our intention, through our actions, through our thoughts, words, deeds, emotions. Everything is coming into play with Christ consciousness. As the markers light up, it allows the DNA to do something new. It allows us to start rebundling in a 12-strand format, and that is our birthright. It's your DNA. It is your divine destiny to reclaim that. It is your divine opportunity to reclaim that during the ascension. When we activate these crystalline strands of DNA, we become the embodiment. We begin the embodiment process of ascension. We feel many aspects of self simultaneously. It's a lot of information. The more strands that you have rebundling and activating, the more realities you have access to. The more realities you have access to create. Through aligning with 0 point in our sacred practices and meditations, we may experience the presence of Source as self. No more separation. We're being bombarded with 12-strand DNA activation light, this pure photonic light coming in that tells the DNA to do something new. By participating with this, you amplify the human heart grid, which allows your brothers and sisters to experience that at a faster rate. And it allows the return of the divine Christ consciousness to amplify and accelerate on the planet. So this is an act of divine service. Crystalline DNA itself is a high-frequency light signature before it manifests into form. DNA can travel on these streams of photonic light, this light intelligence, through vast areas of space via alignments of the solar bodies. From the great central sun all the way out to pure source consciousness, we align with our heart center, with the cells, with the DNA, in order to embody those frequencies and then have access to our multidimensional self. Phase 1 of the DNA activation process is about healing. Nothing can get activated until we heal what's going on internally. We cannot change the external until we change the internal. You've probably heard this in your mastery classes, but DNA can be spontaneously healed through heart coherence. The consistent practice of unconditional love and joy and gratitude and forgiveness changes the heart to broadcast frequencies which heal distorted or damaged DNA. Distortions within the DNA can be healed, and the way that the codes fit together can be healed through the heart, which is why we do so much work on the heart in our ascension. It is proven that intention must be present and practiced, or otherwise DNA healing does not work. So, we emancipate the heart and the body through intention and our practices. Through our thoughts, through love, through divine service work, all of the ascension process is aimed at healing our heart center and creating heart coherence so that we may create a new reality for ourselves and for the planet. We are opening up the heart to amplify that divine toroidal field around the heart center, the diamond, solar, crystalline heart center. We activate our heart torus, and using this coherence, we program the toroidal fields of the DNA, the gaps in the DNA that activate, that create that 12-strand structure. This healing is done through purification and detoxification on all levels, your thoughts, your ego, your emotional levels, mental levels, the body itself. When we shed that which crumples the DNA, slows it down, creating distortion, we heal that, and then it opens your DNA to become an antenna for those higher frequencies coming right through the heart as a new solar generator, a solar template for the solar cosmic Christ to activate the DNA. In order to become what they call a son of God, a more solar beingness, or a representation of the solar model, the crystalline model of Christ consciousness, we open up to that diamond, golden, crystalline ball of light, the torus field around our heart centers. And then we're going to move it around and create our own Christed star. In this moment, set your intention. Take a breath. And let us move forward. Let us create this diamond octahedron, or a Christed star, around us in order to amplify our own heart centers and create that structure in form, embodiment. Sit up straight, take a breath, and drop all of your focus into your heart. Visualize the most diamond, pure, crystalline, pearlescent, golden light surrounding your heart, coming out from the heart center, spinning that toroidal field, and allowing that amplification, speed up, speed up, speed up. Allow it to amplify the light, feeling the warmth and the purity, holding your hands on either side of the heart center, palms facing each other, amplify the light. Heart center, light up, so be it. Take a breath. And let that pinpoint of light within the heart center, the sacred heart center, expand out. Expand to the width of your ascension column, just a few feet out from the body, and let it light up. Let that be all that you are in this now moment, that pure solar source spark. Invocation. In the name of the divine human creator that I am, I call forth the purification and divinitization of my heart center in this now. Heart center, light up, expand. Take a breath, letting all the rest of the beingness drop away. Just focus on the heart. Let the sun rise. Now visualize and command. Use your hands if you need to. Let that sphere of light come up through the ascension column, rising up from the heart. Let the sun rise, going all the way up through the crown, up through the ascension column, all the way up through the crystalline grid to the sun level. Shooting straight up, opening up, and let that ball of light receive the Christed light, maintaining the heart center and maintaining this ball of light. It may appear as a crown or a pinpoint of light or an antenna. Let it collect Christed light. Let it receive Christed light. Beautiful. Now maintaining that point of light and the heart center, drop the focus, pull that ball of light back down, maintaining the pinpoint up by the sun and in the heart center, pulling the focus, pulling all of that Christed light into the heart center. Beautiful. Let it reflect how the sun looks right now, that crystalline, pure light. Letting it flow into the heart center. Becoming that receiver, that antenna of Christed light. Let it continue to pull that light in, maintaining the pinpoint up at the sun and in through the heart center. Beautiful. Now, bringing that ball of light going down into the crystalline core of Gaia, that fifth, sixth dimensional crystalline core of Gaia. Tap into Gaia herself, who is becoming a more solar beingness. Drop all the stories about Gaia's crystalline core, what it is and what it isn't, and witness, feel her transformation. Delivering the Christed codes that you just took from the sun straight into her core, and receiving, she has new light for you. Receive it. Let that ball of light connect with her heart. And now bringing that back up to the heart. And maintaining those points of light up at the sun, down at the crystalline core. Letting those points of light remain out there connected. Taking that sphere of light back into the heart center. And now we're going to project it forward, straight forward. We're going to bring in all four directions, so as far as it's comfortable for you to move that ball of light straight forward out from the heart center and let it establish a point of light right there. Keeping that point of light, bringing the sphere back to the heart, collecting that energy, now moving it out to the right, straight out to the right side, connecting, receiving, broadcasting, expanding your light. Maintaining that pinpoint of light out to the right, establishing another pinpoint of your Christed star. We are building an octahedron. Now pull it back to the center, and now straight through the back, going out through the back, purifying, divinitizing, whatever feels comfortable for you, If it's 12 feet, so be it. If it's 30 feet, 50 feet, don't go infinity level yet. Establishing points of a star. Establish that point of light, letting that point of light be established, and then bring the sphere back to the heart. Now expanding to the left, let that point of light go, go, go. Establishing your Christed star. Another pinpoint of light, now bringing the sphere back to the heart. Breathe, and now feel all 7 of these points of light. Above, below, front, back, side to side, and in the core. And now call in more cosmic light, puritized, divinitized, crystalline diamond light, lighting up all these points of light. And now birthing that star within and without. Command and decree, I am solar cosmic Christed beingness. Solar cosmic Christed beingness, I am. And with your pure intention, give the command to unify. In the name of the divine human, creator incarnate that I am, I unify all fractals of self across all timelines and parallel realities seen and unseen, to be reunified in this now moment, purified, divinitized, and Christed within my heart center in this now, to fully amplify and accelerate my journey of ascension, and reunify all of my expressions of pure source consciousness. Take a breath. So it is. You might feel other aspects, multidimensional aspects coming in from the pinpoints of the star that we have just created. The octahedron is a building block of consciousness and an excellent way to reunify all aspects of self, calling in all soul fragments from first separation until now. Unify, puritize, divinitize. All of your power is in this now moment. Do this now. Calling in from all directions, below, side to side, front to back, above, condensing, purifying, divinitizing. Let the diamond light of the Christ purify all aspects of self from first separation until now. Hold your hands on either side of your heart center. Breathe and feel all of yourself returning. Collapsing all old timelines. Purifying and divinitizing with love. Non-judgment. Gratitude and grace. Forgiveness of all that has been created. Gratitude for all that has been created. Collapsing fully into the 0 point of the heart center in this now moment. I am all that I am. So it is. Put your hands on your heart and breathe. Healing and surrendering the old stories, let them dissolve so that the new may come forth. Feel the central sun of your own heart. Powerful, brilliant, radiant. Let the star expand. Let your own solar flashing activity begin. Feel the pulsing, radiating light within the heart center, begin to expand that Christed star as large as you like, as long as it continues to pull in more cosmic light, maintaining the heart center, maintaining that structure. Stay in the heart, don't leave the body, stay in the heart center. Beautiful. The cells have the ability to hold and generate light. Cells are immortal. The body can generate its own light, bringing in more codes and more light into the body to take it to the next level and express as higher spirit in form. Photonic light permeates the cells, and we hold it in our DNA. The DNA is completely capable of holding photonic light within it. When we take that into our DNA, we then resonate with that cosmic light and become part of that living light, which is unity consciousness. We attract positive photonic light by resonating with it, the vibration of harmony, peace, and divine ascension. And we rewrite, recode, reactivate our own divine beingness through these activities. We become that sun, we pull in more light, and we command our DNA to activate in this now moment. Crystalline DNA, activate the Christed codes. See the giant coil of DNA, a master strand of DNA, coiling in the middle of that beautiful Christed star you have just created. And in your higher vision or in your higher feeling, command those gaps, those codes waiting to be activated, to light up. Light up. Recode your DNA in this now moment. Use your hands, use your vision, use your sound, use your light language. Recode and activate in this now. 12-strand DNA activate, crystalline DNA activate. Light up. Use that Christed star. Use that crystalline light flowing through the ascension column. Your Christed star exists in your ascension column, in your heart center. They are all one. And now you are adding the 12-strand DNA to that structure. Take command of that structure. It's yours. Light up, spin in absolute divine perfection. DNA recoil and recode in absolute divine alignment with the Christed state of beingness. Purify and divinitize. Etherically rebundle, reconnect. More love, more light. I am all that I am. So it is. Breathe. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Bring all of that love, that self-love, which is source love, into the heart center. Beautiful. So it is. This is the first phase of DNA activation. Our crystalline DNA activation is our birthright. It is your birthright to reclaim your DNA, to reclaim your Christed state of beingness. We are fully supported in this now for the embodiment phase of ascension. I send all of you my love and my light. Let us show humanity what is possible with ascension.
Soul Shine. Our program continues after this musical break. Coming up next, Sandra Walter, Ascension Way Shower. You're listening to Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations. Our program continues after this musical break. These programs are designed with you exclusively in mind, so you can add to the energy field we create and also access it in future times. If you'd like to own and download this series of activations and meditations, check out the options to own this program. Click on the link at the bottom of this webpage for more information. Soulshine continues in a moment. Next up is a New Earth activation for this New Earth Terrace for you as a New Earth ambassador. Here's Danielle Rama Hoffman.
Welcome to this Solstice Divine Transmission. I'm Danielle Rama Hoffman of DivineTransmissions.com. This is Toth with Sanat Kumara, an expanded intergalactic council of light, including the Path of the Venus Light beings of light, the Rose Panel beings of light, and the Golden Stargate, that are moving more into the forefront of this divine transmission. We are delighted to be communing with you in this way. This is an extraordinary time on the Earth Star, one in which you have been building up to for quite some time. There is a lot of momentum that you are experiencing during this solstice time, that all that has led you up to this moment is a little bit like pulling back on a slingshot, that there is all of this momentum that you've created, and now is the time to let it go and to let the momentum of separation consciousness and the old paradigm be rocket fuel for being fully anchored and calibrated to the new energies. So we'd invite you to begin this exploration with us by taking a few conscious breaths and really acknowledging and celebrating all that you have brought forth and created in the old paradigm, and also during the overlap period of coming into unity consciousness, to really celebrate, appreciate, acknowledge, and put the rocket fuel of all that has come from that into the rocket of your evolution in consciousness. So as you're breathing and you're acknowledging and you're appreciating all that has come before, you are creating a platform for you to take an ascension spiral up, to begin this new year with the energies of a new place that you are coming from. And the energy that you come from and that you create from will inform your experience of what you may call not only the journey, yet also the destination. So as you're breathing and you're celebrating and you're appreciating, we would also invite you to really own that you have learned everything that there is to learn from the old paradigm, from the old earth, from the old ways of being, and to give yourself the gold star, the master's degree, the PhD, the acknowledgement that you have garnered everything that there is from the old ways of being. And to download, upload, integrate that which you have garnered, to place it into the rocket as rocket fuel for where you're headed, for where you're headed. Now is a new time. Now is a new earth. Now is calling forth and beckoning new ways of being. In order to have that clean slate, that clear field, we are bringing in some vibrations to support the launching pad, the calibration. And by we mean us light beings in light and you light beings incarnate. This is a co-creative process. So we are bringing forward the peace ray, and the peace ray is an illusion-free environment. And we are calling upon the love ray. The love ray includes all that there is, includes any partitions or separations or overlays or distortions that you may have in place that seemingly keep you separate from the truth, which is that you are a divine creator being. And as we're bringing in the love ray and the Hanashtiwaka peace ray, we would also bring in the solar ray. And the solar ray is the now ray. And you can also have this mudra where you are bringing the middle finger and tapping it onto the thumbs and saying now, 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 and allowing yourself to be current with who it is that you have become. So we'll bring in a little bit light language here to continue to create our clean slate or our clear field. The full integration of the rocket fuel, positioning you to really let go of that slingshot and utilize the forward momentum. And then we'll dive into the new ways, for that's really the primary purpose of this divine transmission. Hika anhashti astukushti wakatiya, the golden stargate, is also stepping forward, so you may visualize the golden stargate. Hakushti namastaka anihishtaka ashti kati wakushti wakati wakushti. Hikashti ankati wakashti wakashti. The stargate comes forward when there is a changing of the guard. The Earth Star has changed the guard with her steward. And you are also changing the guard of the energies that you are coming from to be coming from your multidimensional experience. So you may upload that which is really outdated and expired, Hokushtiwa Kashtiwa, through this golden stargate for future generations to learn from, Hakashtiwa Katiwa Kushtiwa Hakatia, and summon or pull forth or call forth through the stargate that which will contribute to your evolution in consciousness. Hishta Katiwa Hanamastiwa Kushtiwa Kashti Katiana Kushtiwa, peace ray, solar ray, love ray, Hakashtiwa, golden stargate, peace ray, love ray, solar ray, golden stargate, your breath, your appreciation, your love. Good. So now that we have this vibrational environment that we can co-create from, that is calibrated to the multidimensional energies and vibrations, we would invite you to tune into yourself. Are you choosing to move forward in new ways that you have access to from within your divine brilliant system or not? Meaning that you have a divine design. You have a universal divine design. And your universal divine design, your brilliant system, has divine capacities within that are now naturally awakening. Some of those divine capacities are really the invitation to be coming from a place of empowerment, for example. That you are coming from the space of equality, the space of eye to eye, peer to peer, divine to divine. That you are coming from a revolution in relationships that recognizes that there is no one better or worse than another, and no one knows better for you than you know for yourself. You do not need an intercessor. There isn't a hierarchy. Anywhere that you may have given your power away in previous incarnations, in this one, we're inviting you to call that back and to stand on the altar of this new earth terrace from the altar of the heart, from place of showing up, from the energy of equality, empowered as a creator being. And that you are creating all of the time. And you had been creating from a mixture of the old paradigm and the new paradigm, and you still will. And that is a beautiful thing. And to be leaning into more of the creation from the new energies will be much more efficient and expansive. So we'll get to that in a moment, yet inviting you to really tune in. Are you choosing to recognize that part of the old illusion of inequality or power over power under has fully been reabsorbed back into the wholeness, back in the oneness, back in the source from which it came, and now you can choose, if it's your choice, to really live from that place of empowerment and that place of equality. Now we know that that could be a year's worth of transmissions and co-creating together. Yet, just to go over it lightly, because it is something that you already have been up to. Now you can call through this Stargate frequencies and vibrations from across the multiverse or the divine verse that you require to be truly moving forward in innovative ways. All those times that you didn't feel at home on the Earth Star, what if it is because the Earth Star isn't your home? Yet now that the Earth Star has evolved, you can also have access, vibrational proximity to the energies that exist across the multiverse and that are more in alignment with your home star. We're transmitting the light language because this is a more efficient way for this particular video transmission, for we are bringing forward all that is possible and placing it on the altar, and you can unpack it in the optimal time for you. Yet you are not asking for linear evolution. You're asking for quantum evolution. And so for us to not bring everything that we have forward, knowing that it isn't possible for it to overwhelm you, because you are the key that is vibrationally unlocking from the multidimensional wholeness that resides in this transmission what's yours to be and do and have, nothing more, nothing less. So you're choosing to connect with those energies and frequencies and vibrations from across the multiverse that are yours to be and do and have, nothing more, nothing less. So now let's talk about creation and multidimensional creation. as a creator being, that we are advocates, proponents for you to create consciously. The act of creating a now moment, creating a day, creating a meal, creating a book, creating a family, creating beauty in the world, a flower bouquet, a business, whatever it is, the act of creating calls forth within you and places you in the seat of being a creator. It is a way to practice being a divine being, which you are. It's not that you need to practice yet. There is this getting used to it. Now, in the old paradigm, you created from fear, and you created from lack, and you created from worry, and you created from doubt, and you created from the old mechanisms of having a push-pull, one foot on the brake, one foot on the gas, some kind of internal competing commitment, that what you are here for, you're going to bring forward no matter what, and what scares you the most is to bring forward what you're here for. And then all these protective mechanisms that keep you in this double bind catch-22. So we're including that back in the wholeness, back in the oneness, back in the source from which it came. Now, to fully create in ways that are unified and in that space of what you could call the new energies, there is a choice that gets made. And the choice is to really be living from your multidimensional divine self, to be creating from and with. And so that includes, and this is what you've been noticing, this is what's been intense and chunky, that includes a reabsorption of the outdated ways of creating through struggle, through striving, through force, and an opening up to the vibrational ways that you create. So you're taking inspired action here in this dimension, and yet in the other dimensions, you're creating through energy, you're creating through consciousness, you're creating through your divine capacities, you're creating with your team of light beings. You're creating from the divine wholeness. So whatever you create has everything within it, just as a seed has everything within it to become a tomato or whatever it is. So creating from wholeness and from your signature energy fully turned on is one of the most potent and powerful places to create from. So we would sit with you for a few moments in the silence to integrate that which has already been catalyzed thus far, and then to move into empowered creation as a creator being. Good. So we would bring forth a brief process to be creating from an innovative and multidimensional perspective. So, what would you like to create, big or small? You already know this, so this step will come quickly, yet you can pause the transmission if you would like to. What are you choosing to create? What would be the old ways that you would have gone about this creation? And let's say maybe it would have been hard work, struggle, and we are not saying that you will not work hard, for inspired action is part of the joy of your incarnating experience. Yet maybe you would have created in the past from control or micromanaging or proving that you are enough or that you're worthy, or trying everything and then no matter what, it doesn't work. So what is it that you're choosing to create? How might you have gone about it in the old paradigm of survival? And then, now, call in those innovative tools, the magic that resides within you on a multidimensional level, and ask your system and also your team of light beings how you can create this from the new earth vibrations, from your multidimensional perspective. Now, we know we're talking and inviting you to get something, and you may get it now and you may get it later. Yet, a key to this is what comes really easy for you. What's your magic? What is your natural way of creating? And where is it that you've been trying to create based on the old collective consciousness that's slowing you down, that's weighing you down? That as you pick up the mantle of your sovereignty and you create from your inner magic as a creator being, the flow starts to happen. What are you creating? What are the old ways that you might have gone about creating that? What's your guidance as to the new ways of creating that? And now we'd invite you to run that creation through all of your dimensions. There's a lot of talk about the 5 dimensions. So you can use those 5. You're multidimensional. So maybe you hang out in the 18th dimension. It's not about more dimensions being better. Yet run that creation through all the dimensions of you. First dimension, the second dimension, the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension. Going through, and you may skip, maybe there's the 9th and the 12th that you hang out in. And then bringing it down, the 12th dimension, the 11th dimension, the 10th dimension, the 9th dimension, the 8th dimension, the 7th dimension, the 6th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 4th dimension, the 3rd dimension, the 2nd dimension, the 1st dimension. Beautiful. So as we're bringing this transmission to a place of completion, and we would encourage you to tune into it again, because we have brought forward a lot in the words, beyond the words. This has been a chock full experience. And as we are coming towards a place of completion, we would invite you to call upon the love ray and the peace ray and the solar ray, and spend some moments in the silence in those rays, really integrating all that has transpired in this time. Reach for new tools. Create from new vibrations. You are an innovator. You are an evolutionist. You are a visionary. You are here with new ways of being? How many places and spaces in your life could benefit from these new ways of being? We are honored and blessed and delighted to be co-creating with you in this way. We invite you to call upon us directly, and we are acknowledging your contribution to the evolution in consciousness. All is light, and we are all.
You're listening to Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations. Our program returns shortly. For now, it's time to get up and stretch, move your body, prance, dance, or give yourself a hug. We'll be back in a moment. Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations, designed by spiritual teachers and healers. These programs are exclusively designed for you to listen to them repeatedly, so you can build on the energies and continue the inner transformation, stabilizing yourself in the heart center and allowing the magnificent light of your soul to shine forth in your outer world. Each of the activations and meditations can be downloaded in MP3s, so you can return to any individual meditations as you are so guided on your continued journey of the heart. Scroll down on this webpage for purchase options. Our program continues. Here with an activation of Diamond Light Consciousness is Julie Umpleby.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to this Soul Shine event. My name is Julie Umpleby of Diamond Light World, website diamondlightworld.net. And as the name suggests, working with the diamond is something that I have done for almost 2 decades now. So while a lot of people are perhaps only just beginning to discover diamond light consciousness, and it's become almost mainstream in its influence and in the language that people use these days, this is something that a stalwart group of people have, and a dedicated group, have actually been anchoring onto the planet for more than 2 decades. They were the forerunners that even came before me that have been doing it for much, much longer. So it really is gratifying and heartwarming to see all of that coming to fruition through the expansiveness of people's connectivity with Diamond Light in all of its facets and understanding at the moment. So we are here today to share with many other luminaries and messengers, beautiful supportive transmissions, messages of hope, messages to carry us forward through this solstice, which actually is a pivotal solstice. It's quite momentous in its impact, and if there is a phrase that I could use that would define and describe this solstice, it would be a catalytic change of the heart. And by its very nature, describing it as a catalytic change and related to the heart, it is indisputably linked with a massive awakening of the divine feminine energy. It is the feminine energy which expresses through the heart. The masculine energy tends, and the divine masculine tends to actually relate more in terms of the left brain and logic and reasoning and structure and form, whereas the feminine expresses through the right brain, the creativity and all of those sources, connecting with prime source, connecting with the flow of cosmic information, light codes, light language, all of the wonderful new stuff that we're seeing, inspirations, and bringing that through the heart to enable it to be brought into form in partnership with the divine masculine. So what we're seeing through this, with this catalytic change of the heart through this solstice, is we're seeing massive shifts and changes in relationships at all levels. So be prepared for, if you think you've seen a lot this year, in the year of mastery, in 2018, and the year of change, it's not over yet. These catalytic changes are going to be huge. And we really need to expand our understanding of relationships, because it's relationships, not only our intimate relationships with one another, with people, other individuals, personal, family, social, community. It's also our relationship with the natural world. It's our relationship with the divine. It's our relationship with our internal self. So there is a massive alchemical shift and change that is taking place within ourselves as a consequence of this. It asks for nothing less than our presentation of truth, our presentation of vulnerability, our ability to move, to respond to our heart's impulses, to actually move with the flow. And this discussion about the heart and this understanding of the heart, there's something that I just want to draw to your attention here, and this is this cloth that actually sits behind me. Because this is the mantle that, it's a reproduction of the mantle of a woman, an African woman, a Tsonga woman by the name of Maria Khoza, who is known as the Queen of the Lions. And she was the embodiment of what we might think of as not diamond-hearted leadership, that's another way that I think of it, but lion-hearted leadership. To me, they are one and the same thing. But lion-hearted leadership is the courage of the heart to stand firm and yet flow with flexibility and fearlessness no matter what the situations are that present. And that is this massive energy of the solstice that's going to ask this of us, to be firm in our lion heart, our diamond heart, to be in the strength of our core, the diamond nature, that indestructible eternal source of our being, through this momentous solstice, which is going to bring in huge shifts, but enable us on a moment-to-moment basis to bring into creation the elements and components of what we have been envisioning for the new earth for all of these years. It is finally going to start coming into manifestation, but it's one step at a time. Already we are seeing the emergence of the divine feminine in the political arena, and so many, and in so many visible ways, and that is only going to strengthen through the upcoming time. But it's going to require us to be in our strength, in our lion heart, to wear that mantle of the queen of the lions, to wear the strength and the courage to be able to adapt and walk through any situation that life presents us with. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you today, as part of my message to you through this momentous solstice, is a message from the light codes. And with great synchronicity, what I did to actually cut down on time is I actually drew a couple of my diamond light codes. Now, the diamond itself is not just an analogy, it is actually a subtle energy architecture that takes shape and supports the strengthening of your physical body and your energy bodies in order to be able to withstand anything that presents. The diamond, your personal diamond matrix, links with the planetary matrix. It links you with the solar matrix, because the solar matrix is diamond, and beyond our sun and the solar influence, it connects into the cosmic matrix. So our sun is a gateway into the cosmic diamond grid, for want of a better word, but it is through this enormous diamond grid of life, if you like, that these enigmatic languages of light that we may know as the diamond light codes are transmitted. Now, these particular diamond light codes that I have and I share with you today were actually gifted in 2003, many years ago, and they have evolved and been unfolding as packets of information. What these codes are literally light packets of information. So they're comprised and composed of photons of light, for want of a better description. And the configuration is evident in the colors, it's evident in the sacred geometries that form part and parcel of that structure. And these packets of light unfold within our being if we are open to receiving them, and they help and support the recoding of our inner structure and the DNA. So that's just very much in brief. I have a huge amount of information on my website about the diamond if you would like to go and investigate. So what I'm going to show you is these are the diamond light codes, and there's a pack of 40, and the ones that I have actually I drew out as part and parcel of this particular gifted message. So appropriate, it was just absolutely amazing. So the first one is cycles. I'm just going to hold this up for you to see. Let me just get it onto the camera. It's called cycles, and you can see it looks like a sun. It actually looks like a glowing sun, but it represents the sun at the core of our being, the awakening of our inner spiritual sun, and the activation of that through the initiation of a brand new cycle. And that's essentially what the solstice is all about, because it is the rebirthing of the sun, whether internal or external. So this is just so appropriate that this was the light code that came out. We're going to do a short transmission in a moment to help you to integrate the energies of these codes as part of your support through the transmission. So there's the first one, which was cycles. The next one that came out was what I call, let me just hold this up so that you can get a good vision of it. It's called flow. And it's a beautiful, gentle, soft code, light code, that really does give the impression of eternal flow within, or fluidity within the structure and the support of your diamond. So that's what the diamond is. It might look like a rigid structure as an octahedron, which is the way that we relate to it, but within that octahedron, the light and the codes and the energies actually flow with grace through that process. So this code is actually all about flowing, flexibility, adaptability, and receptivity. So it's about being receptive to whatever divine impulses are being gifted to you at any particular moment in time. Staying alert, staying in the present moment. We can only be flexible with our life if we are anchored and stabilized within the core of our being, and in the moment, because then we can act on whatever impulses are received. So this is the energy of flow, which goes along with the essence of this particular solstice. So the next light code that I've actually drawn out, and these like fell out of the pack, it wasn't that I went through and chose them, they fell out, was harmony, or is harmony. And this is just it's a really beautiful code, and harmony speaks to us about those relationships. And if you actually look at the code, you can actually see that you've got these two stabilizing arms, if you like, that are beautiful red, grounded, earthy color. They are energetically very stabilizing. One of the other words that I actually use to describe the harmony code is actually interdependence, because this code is about the interdependence of all of life and our recognition of that. So while we stand firm in the sovereignty of our core, it's also recognizing that nothing we do as an island. Man is not an island. We are interdependent upon the gifts of the planet, the gifts of the Divine Mother, and what she brings forth and supports us with in respect of the planet. We are interdependent with the sun and with the solar system and with the movements within the grander scheme of things in the grander picture. We are interdependent upon the cosmic evolutionary flows. And by the way, this solstice is an evolutionary leap. So there is a massive evolutionary impulse that we are being gifted with here. And this particular harmony code as well, there's many, many attributes, because the information within the codes actually unpacks itself over time depending on where we are within our own personal journey. So it's harmony within relationships, within other human beings, which is exactly what we were talking about earlier as a theme for the solstice. So we do have an absolutely perfect alignment and gift from the Diamond Light codes as an aspect of this particular solstice transmission. So what I would say to you is be aware, be conscious in each moment of what is being asked of you. Be courageous. Go within to the depths of the iceberg, to the 90% that actually sits within the unconscious, and dig deep for those treasures, because when we face the fears, and I think what's happening now, we've been through this year of mastery where we've actually been purging and bringing up a lot of stuff from the unconscious. There is still more. We are dealing with the unconscious fears of our ancestors that we have actually been carrying. The healing continues, and it's asking us to have the courage to actually dig deep within that space, no matter what external circumstances present themselves. Digging deep within so that we can uncover those and bring healing into all timelines. And that is what is required for us to be able to bring the new earth into manifestation. So thank you for listening to the message, and what I'd love to do now is to just share a short transmission, energetic transmission with you to support the embodiment of these light codes. You do not have to be able to visualize them. We're going to call them in through the diamond grid. We're going to go into that diamond grid and ask for the embodiment of those qualities so that that can unfold within you. Like a lotus. It's like the ever-blooming lotus that draws its nutrients up from the depths. Draw the nutrients from the depths of your being to unfold the flowers of your higher self, your higher being. Okay. So I'd like you to just be comfortable and to close your eyes and to take a long, slow, deep breath in. Place all of your attention on your breath as you breathe in deeply all the way down to the tips of your toes, the depths of your being, and breathe out. And again. Allowing your body and your mind to ease and to relax with each in-breath and out-breath. And around you now, I'm going to ask you to create your diamond field for those of you who are not familiar with it. Your diamond is a sacred octahedral grid of light that surrounds and interpenetrates your being, that aligns at its center. So two pyramids joined at the base, it aligns at the very base of your spine and extends up to the soul star above your head and the earth star below your feet. This has esoteric purpose and ultimately supports the fueling of energy into your heart. So allow your body and your diamond to align, to bring them into sacred alignment. Centrally located at the base of your spine, so that there is a core of light which bursts into form from the center of your being, runs up around your spine, up to your soul star, down to your earth star. And as you breathe, those fibers of light that create ultimately the grid begin to form within your octahedral container or vehicle. This is your sacred vehicle for the embodiment of your higher self, your grand sovereign self, your indestructible self that is connected always with Source. And at the heart of the sun is another diamond field. Allow yourself in this moment to connect through the grids of creation to the heart of the sun that is reborn through the solstice. And breathe in deeply as you connect with the life-giving force of the sun and your soul star, and the life-giving force of Mother Earth and the Divine Mother through your Earth star and connection to the planet, holding you firm between heaven and earth as a living bridge. And then beyond the sun you connect in to a cosmic grid of light that goes on and on beyond, further than you have ever imagined, right to the very source of life itself. to the source diamond from which you were birthed, the eternal nature of life. And emanating from this source diamond within the cosmos, the heart of our cosmos, is a stream of coloured, living codes of light, living consciousness, encodements, diamond light encodements, streaming forth through these eternal grids. And as you breathe, you're able to attract these codes towards you. Set the intention now to receive the diamond light code that we know as cycles. Breathe it in through the sun. Allow it to be charged up and enlivened by the Christ consciousness, the solar consciousness, and rebirthed as you receive it into your own diamond. Allow the fiery nature, content of that code to awaken your inner sun and initiate your new cycle with your inner spiritual sun. And then you breathe in and invoke the light code that we know as harmony or interdependence, the strength of working in cooperation, collaboration with all other forms of life, with the animal kingdom, with other humans, with Mother Nature, Mother Earth herself, with the sun and the cosmos. And the code is breathed through the eternal diamond grids through the sun, enlivened and charged, activated just for you. And you now open to receive it into your own diamond, into your body. Take note of where it goes. Take note of where the strength is required. Be aware of your body adjusting and realigning, for there is a massive realignment taking place through this solstice. And then invoke and set your intention to receive the light code known as flow. Be aware of your body beginning to gently move and flow as you open to receive this activated code as it moves through the sun, being drawn and magnetized into your own personal diamond matrix, strengthening the facets of your own inner being, moving, shifting, opening up codes, wormholes and timelines within your DNA for energy to flow from you and to you for healing. Allow the impulses from the divine to be received through the arms, the waving tentacles within the code, as they touch your third eye, sparking it into light and life, deepening and strengthening your third eye connection. You're receiving cones and codes of light through your third eye into your being. Moving through your heart, gently brushing it as it sweeps through the internal space of your being and then fills up your diamond. Be aware of this combination feeling and sensation within you of both strength and vulnerability, stability and flexibility, courage and caution, all of those polarities held in perfect balance as you flow into and through the experience of each. The light codes will unpack their gifts within you over time, that you may come to know them more intimately. As your inner self reveals to you your source, your indestructible eternal nature more intimately. Be as the eternal lotus flower unfolding. Take a deep breath in. And allow yourself now to return back to waking consciousness. Breathe in deeply. And prepare to meet the new earth. Prepare to play your part, one step at a time. That's all it takes. One step at a time, with each individual snippet of guidance that you receive. May you walk gently upon this planet, be gentle with yourself, and yet strong and invincible in your knowing.
Our program continues after this musical break. You're listening to Soul Shine, activations and meditations for high vibrations. These programs are designed with you exclusively in mind, so you can add to the energy field we create and also access it in future times. If you'd like to own and download this series of activations and meditations, check out the options to own this program. Click on the link at the bottom of this webpage for more information. Soulshine continues in a moment. Our next activation is with Alicia Power and the Creator Beings of Light.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much, Lauren, for inviting me onto the special occasion of 21st of December, the winter solstice, the summer solstice down here in Australia. Thank you so much for allowing me to participate. And today, really, it's about celebrating an opening of light from the higher realms. A crack opening, as always happens on the solstice and the equinox. Higher light is given access down into the lower layers of existence. And let's play with that today, everyone. So I'm just going to tune in with my spirit tutors and let's just see what kind of a gift they would love to give you today on the special awakening day. It's really the 20th, the 21st and the 22nd, as you probably all know, going around to the 23rd. And so very, very powerful vortex, pretty much, is opening. And we often feel it as a stirring in our unconscious, eruption of unconscious fears or blockages or powerlessnesses that come up to be wrestled with and cognized, like become aware of these powerlessnesses that just very often just sit in our Akashic records or from our early childhood or whatever. So, or astrologically, these challenges of our lives. So this, round about this time, and especially at the solstice and the equinox, especially at these times, this opening of this high light, hitting deep into the corners in our psyche where there's shadow, and letting it come up to be seen in the light. That's the dynamic in this celebration. And so all of you watching this video, my name's Alicia Power, and I am a spiritual intuitive. I'm a telepath, a spirit communicator, and an energy healer, and I've been all of those for about 3 decades, nearly 3 decades. And I specialize in partnering with spirit surgeons in the spirit world, and I also specialize in partnering with what I call creator beings, overseers, beyond all universes, extremely high authority beings in the spirit world. And when they work with me, when they work with you, as they're going to in a moment, the results are super accelerated, very fast transmutation, very fast awakening. Just an explosion of extremely high frequency light is what happens in our auric fields when they begin to work with us. So that's who's going to be playing with us today. Let's have a look and see what kind of beautiful process is going to be the gift for today, for you, for all of us. I'm going to participate as well. So just tuning in here. Okay, so my spirit tutors, my spirit mentors are ready. They're ready to take us on an inner journey. So when you're ready, just close your eyes, breathing gently, breathing down into your tummy, letting your tummy relax out. Breathing that breath down into the tummy and out again. Once or twice, a few more times. Just allowing yourself to relax. And as you've got your eyes closed, I love to use the word pretend because it opens up the vision into the spirit world. So pretend that you've got two beautiful angels of light standing next to you. And these beautiful angels are simply radiating light towards you and love towards you. So you're not alone in this moment. You have beloved beings, these two beloved beings standing next to you, just pouring love into you. Breathe it in, allow it in, let yourself feel loved in this moment. Gift from the heavens. Being a human isn't easy because we have got a lot of challenges. A lot of this unconscious disempowerment and these deep internal limitations and fears do come up for us to examine and explore and rise above. And this is the journey of being human, so that we move into a higher state beyond and above all of the fear and all of the sadness, into just a state of beingness, just being. Really, that's the movement towards self-love, self-realization, realizing that we are that which is love. Okay, so as you're standing there with these two beautiful angelic beings, imagine that there's a beautiful column of golden light in front of you, and these two beings, these two beautiful angels, take you by each hand and step with you into the golden column of light, which is really an elevator, and it's going to be heading upwards. So stepping into this elevator of gold light with your two beautiful angelic mentors, and starting to move upwards, gently, gently, as in an escalator. An elevator, I should say. And just heading up, moving up, 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 up the elevator, nice and smooth and relaxed. And enjoy it because you've got these two gorgeous beings with you in the elevator. So the energy's strong in that elevator. I can actually see one of these angelic beings just slowly bending over and putting their forehead to your forehead. Beautiful moment of love. Just a beautiful moment of love just happening right there. Alright, continue upwards everybody, up the elevator. Keep going up and up and up and up and up. We're going to start increasing in speed with which we're heading upwards, starting to move really fast, like hyper fast. Don't know what that word is. Supersonic speed, heading really fast, zooming up now, and traveling up through many, many dimensions, many layers of light, many authority kingdoms of consciousnesses in the world of spirit. Continuing to head upwards, everyone. Keep that switched on in your intention and your pretending. Keep going upwards. Keep traveling up and up and up. Very specific. We're doing this very deliberately because we're moving through airlocks of energy, and we're in the spirit worlds. A particular level of love and light is coming towards you, is approaching you, as we have that switched on, that intention of traveling upwards. All right, so now above you is a vast sky of green light. This is a healing light, a healing consciousness. So this elevator starts to head straight up and into this layer of green light. And the elevator pauses there for a moment. The elevator fills with this green light. A little bit turns like a little bit of a swimming pool with liquid green light, and you're breathing easily. But the light itself is actually powerful and conscious and deliberate and intelligent, and it moves deep into your auric field. It soaks deep into your being right through, and soaks into each of your chakras, from the crown to the third eye, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra down to the base chakra, and all the mini chakras, all of them are soaking in this green vibration, emerald green. It's doing a very specific job. It's releasing powerlessness. It's doing a really specific job. Well done, everyone. And now above us, again, everybody, is another layer of energy, and it's bright gold. Bright, bright gold. And we're now, the elevator's moving up into that layer, into that sky. It's like a huge membrane of gold energy. We are now moving right up into it. If you feel to, you can go horizontal and imagine as though you're lying on an energy healing bed. And now allow this gold light to soak right into you also, traveling deep into all of your pores, all of your cells, your DNA, your mitochondria, the cerebral spinal fluid, into your brain, through all the electronic pathways in your brain, frontal cortex, definitely into all the chakras, especially your heart chakra. And it's now traveling down the archives, the libraries of your heart chakra, the Akashic records of your heart chakra, this golden light. Just allow it to touch all of these parts of you, these aspects of you, these layers of you. Because wherever it touches, it's opening and releasing and allowing fear to just be transmuted instantly. So let this take place, receive it, enjoy it. Now coming towards you is a beautiful being of light. Your gorgeous, exquisite angel mentors are just standing back to one side, and this beautiful golden being of love is walking towards you. And allow them to come all the way in front of you, and then you both emerge for a moment. You step into this being steps into you, and you become one being just for a moment. Beautiful merging, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to be relaxed and open. So beautiful. Powerful, powerful moment. And now as you step out of this merging, stepping back out, you're noticing that there's a group of these golden, beautiful, they're actually quite tall beings coming towards you, full of love, full of very high authority light. And they're just standing there, feeling you, scanning you, feeling you, observing you, and really loving you, sending you love. Allow that just to take place. Give yourself just an openness, and again, for you to really dive in and concentrate and focus in on these people, these beings, as they stand before you. Because there's going to be a little moment in a moment of to and fro, where their thoughts are going to connect with you, and your thoughts are going to connect with them. These are exquisite beings of very high authority, light and love in the spirit worlds. And they can shift and change any damage, any sadness, any residue in the unconscious that's a little bit fearful. So just before they start doing that, they'd just love to feel into who you are, get to know you a little bit, understand you. And just in this moment, they're about to just send a gentle thought towards you of a question. And I'd love you to totally relax and zero thinking and just drop down out of your logic and just sense what the question is that they're sending you. Full of love, full of compassion, beautiful, beautiful love energy being sent towards you. What's the question they're asking? And feel free to reply with your heart. Moments like these are supremely powerful and unique in your life. And a lot of it rests on the depth of your sincerity in that exchange of communication. So I'm going to give you one more moment where you're with these beings and let them know something that is vital to your soul fulfillment in this lifetime. And really what you're asking for is a gift from them. And some of you may be able to sense coming from these beings their answer, their reply, or their commitment to you, or their agreement. Take your time sensing in, feel into this. It's worth it. This is a moment in time, a very rare one. Okay, now when you're ready, everyone, just switching visualization slightly. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff and the first tall gold being is by your side. And you're looking down and you're still in space, And down below is Mother Earth, beautifully just in her, just moving in her orbit. She looks so beautiful and pristine, like a jewel. Just look at her, observe Mother Earth, and if you feel to, turn to this being of golden light and ask this being what Mother Earth needs. What does she need? So it's a moment where a very high being of authority is assessing and observing your soul's mission for incarnating. So the feeling that you have towards our beloved Mother Earth as a being, the feeling that your soul has for that, and also the truth of what the need really is for Mother Earth as a consciousness and as a being. That's this moment. So if you could turn to this gold being and ask, what is Mother Earth's real need? And see what this being says. Dive below your logic. You can switch on pretend mode if you wish. And in this moment, just feel inside of you what your core wish is, your deepest wish for being alive in a physical human body at this time, in this era on planet Earth. I'm giving you this little gift of pushing it back towards you, you feeling inside of yourself, what's your core feeling about being alive at this time? How do you feel about being incarnate in your human body in this era of being alive on planet Earth at this time? If there's confusion in you, turn to the golden being of light and say, look, I'm confused. I'm not feeling that much. I don't understand it. I don't know much about it. And see what this being does or shows you. All right, everyone. And now shift to visualization. Imagine that you and this beautiful being of gold, this golden being, are now instantaneously transported to the very center of Mother Earth. And it's cool, and you're in a beautiful, humongous, huge cave with crystals everywhere and a beautiful pond just there next to you, wherever you are, where you are there. And the two of you are just standing by the water. And a beautiful being of love is coming towards you, and this is Mother Earth, a personification of Mother Earth. And just feel her heart, feel what she's feeling, how is she, ask her what she needs. And also ask her, who am I? Who am I? She may have something to say to you about you remembering who you are. And another question you may like to ask Mother Earth, as though she understands you very, very well, as though there's an agreement between her and you, for you even being here incarnate in your human body right now, as though there is an agreement. Ask her what you are most afraid of. All right. Thank you, everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful journey. If you feel to, you can take a great big deep breath again down into your tummy. Please feel free to give Mother Earth a huge hug before we complete, before we finish. Maybe putting your forehead to her forehead. Tell her you understand. You understand the need that she has. You really do understand it. And there is a feeling of commitment in you to love her and to contribute love. To contribute love. To contribute love towards yourself, to heal and self-care. To contribute love out into the ethers, whether it's to another human or just radiating love out into the energy around you. You understand, tell her you understand that commitment to experience love and to be love. Very powerful moment here. So I'm going to leave you all just with this beautiful simmering feeling of connection with Mother Earth, and maybe and perhaps an opening of awareness of who you feel yourself to be, and just a slight remembering possibly of a commitment you once made to incarnate and to be of service to love, to the vibration of love and light. So it might have been a little crack opened of remembering. And feel free, everyone, to honestly jump back into this experience over and over and over again. And one of the reasons that it's valuable is because these high golden beings of love and light that you met are overseer beings in the spirit worlds. And they carry a level of light, a type of light that's supremely fast, high in frequency, very fast. And it's like a laser beam, like a sharp knife, in terms of shifting and releasing. So every time you come in front of them and bring a fear or a confusion and just have a moment in front of them, as in that little visualization we've just done, just the communing with them alone shifts you, because they can see instantly what's happening in your auric field. Okay, I want you to really understand that. They instantly see what's happening in your auric field and can very quickly cool it down, calm it down, clear it and heal it very quickly. So my recommendation is to spend time with those beings, and of course with Mother Earth, the beauty and the love, the camaraderie of the feeling that you have with Mother Earth as a being. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Lorraine. And happy solstice. Happy December 21st. Much love. Namaste.
Our program continues after this musical break. Next up in this Soul Shine online event is a psychic energetics activation with Dorian Light, helping us to allow.
Hello everyone, happy winter solstice and many blessings. Today on this winter solstice, I want to help take us into a space of allowing. I have found in my work with my clients and with myself that there are many, many parts of us that have been told that we're not allowed, or we have even told ourselves that we are not allowed. Either way, allowing is one of the deepest core issues in sabotaging ourselves when we're not allowing. So there are many patterns, programs, belief systems, alignments that we've been aligned to and we have been stuck in when it comes to allowing. So it almost feels like many times we start to allow ourselves and we're going along and all of a sudden this iron curtain comes down and we get stopped all of a sudden. So part of this, it goes deeper than permission. When we give ourselves permission, it's just lip service if we're not allowing deep down inside of us for ourselves to be able to move forward, for us to step into our magnificence, into our self-empowerment as a divine being. Now, a little bit of information on 9/17 of this year, between 9:45 and 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. I was working with a client in the UK, and I had to stop because there was something like a sonic boom or even like an earthquake in the cosmos, not just over the planet, but in the cosmos. And I had to stop and say, okay, what is going on here? So a few days before that, I was feeling a real strong influx of the divine feminine coming in. And when this thing happened, this boom across the cosmos, I realized it was like a crack in the cosmic egg. And what was happening was the barricades that have been erected throughout the cosmos that have been preventing the divine feminine from flowing in to its fullest capacity had started cracking. And I kind of saw it like the crack in the big cosmic egg. And then the beautiful flow of the divine feminine started coming in even stronger, until, of course, the dark forces always try to counteract what's going on, and there was some plugging in that crack. Now, they cannot stop the crack. They cannot stop what's happening with the dismantling of the dark, but they can try to slow it down. I say all this is because in the divine feminine aspect, if this crack could absolutely just bust open and the whole construct that's been constructed to stop the divine feminine flow on the planet, we would have a worldwide awakening. We would have everybody going into the higher levels of consciousness. We would break through all the dark force agendas and programs on the planet, and we would be able to bring Earth back to, on a very faster level, to the higher realms of consciousness. Even though that's happening on many levels anyway, it would be a huge mass influx of divine feminine, which would really create a mass awakening and helping us to step into our power. Now, most of you know all this, but the reason why I'm saying it is that some of you don't, and some of you don't know about the crack. But the thing is about the divine feminine, we know it's left side, we know it's the receiver side, we know it's the nurturing, beautiful procreation. Now, I am not going to go into talking about the depths of the procreation energy, but it does come from the divine feminine, and it is the fastest track energy to open up your consciousness. Now that we have even more available to us, and even more will be available to us as time goes on, if there's a part of you that's not allowing, if you have a not available sign sitting on you, so to speak, or around your neck, so to speak, then you're not going to be able to step into the fullest of all these beautiful benefits that are coming in through the cosmos. But also you have like you're saying yes to the universe, but you have your energetic arms going out going no. So that makes you unavailable to not only yourself, but to others, but also to the many blessings that the universe has for you. So right now, I'm working in a space, everybody take a breath. I'm working in a space of allowing. So let's go into this space of allowing. And as those who've worked with me, you know that I can see into the space of the group. And I can see where there are spaces that we're not allowing. So allowing is a protection mechanism. Not allowing is a protection mechanism. Being unavailable is a protection mechanism in many ways. We have created these barricades and these not allowed programs for us to stay safe, to protect ourselves, to keep from going forward because we have the fear of really being seen, being heard, therefore we're vulnerable. So I want to go into that space of I'm not allowed and gently start working with it. We can't just pull it off. If you go and just take a protection program off of someone, they're going to freak. Their psyche is going to freak. So what we want to do is we want to call in the highest enlightened awareness of your soul. We want to call in the, the unconditional love and power and presence and peace, certainty, surety, in the truth of who you really are. As we're pulling in that truth, then that part of you that says, I'm not safe, can start to feel safer, so that as we gently dismantle these programs of I'm not allowed or I'm not available, can start melting away. Now, these are identities. These are identities that we've carried, labels and programs, and identities of who we think we are, the games that we've played, the experiences that we've had, the belief systems that we have played out. So take a breath for me. And we are going to start dismantling. I already have started. I go into a dark hole. Okay, there we go. I go into a dark hole, and that goes into core issues. So first, helping you to bring in that safety, so you feel cocooned and safe as we're working with this I'm not allowed. Now, these are old patterns and programs that go back to the original cause. When you first stepped down out of the higher realms of consciousness as an individualized soul to explore other realms such as the causal, the astral, the etheric. We know that when we step down out of the higher realms of consciousness is where the separation of source started being a part of our belief system. So let's go all the way back to the original cause. Some of you have worked with me on this, but they're big patterns and programs. It's always good to address it again. There we go. I sinekend anenisoros planan I indicate anenison beresindicate inenisoroshin anabakanan and the case repotoro orosho sono onabakanas me sikirit. Me sikiresus. So let's go back to the very first time that you became unavailable, or you started believing that you weren't allowed, or you were told you were not allowed. And let's break all oaths, vows, contracts, promises, pledges, agreements, pacts, obligations, group agreements, soul agreements, ancestral blood lineage agreements, baptisms, rituals, immersions, alignments. Those come a lot from ancestry. Let's break the oaths of obligation, jurisdiction, oppression, suppression, control, manipulation, restriction, invalidation, and all others over you. Now, invalidation just came up. It is huge in all of us, unless it's been worked with. And some have been invalidated more than others, but it's not just this lifetime we're talking about. Remember, we're talking about from the very beginning, the first time we ever stepped down into the lower worlds out of pure consciousness. That immediately brought on this big pattern of invalidation. All right, so let's work with invalidation as well, and let's start clearing out those programs and patterns of invalidation all the way through, of course, into the soul's memory banks, the cellular level, the DNA, the cosmic consciousness. Everyone take a breath. Now, the mitochondria is coming up. I've been working a lot with the mitochondria, even more so than with the DNA, because in our ability as a holographic being in a holographic universe, it's really the mitochondria that rebuilds the body every 7 years, right? I don't see it as the DNA. I see it as the mitochondria, which is, the building blocks for our body. So let's go into the mitochondria for a minute, because this, I'm not allowed, I'm not available, and I'm invalidated. These 3 programs are in the actual mitochondria of your body. So as you rebuild your body every 7 years, as scientists say, every 7 years we have the body rebuilds itself. We're rebuilding ourselves according to the programming that we carry within us. So if your programming is loaded with all these unavailable misalignment constructs that we have been living in and experiencing in our human experiences, your body's just going to be rebuilt with the same programs of, oh, I have to get sick, oh, I have to suffer, oh, I have to get, I have to, die, or I have to have the patterns and programs of my ancestors, and that's not true. So we know that, I know, and I've seen this, maybe you don't know, but I'm telling you now, much of our genetic programming is not from the DNA. It's from belief systems that have been brought down through the generations. And that belief system clicks into the body as a DNA type program. I'm not saying the DNA doesn't have anything to do with it, but it's more than the DNA. Okay. So working with the mitochondria now so that we can start helping you to align to an allowing pattern, not just for your experiences or your finances, but for your body. So what we're trying to do is take the holographic, I call it a biofilm, of who you are as a divine being in your truth, beauty, health, and perfection. And as we're doing this, I'm pulling that holographic biofilm into your space. There we go. Covering your body with it, which is perfection. So what it'll do with this whole dynamics now, I'm working with quite a few things here. I've got 5 dimensional spaces open. It can do one of 2 things. It can start sucking out old programmings and whatever is in there, okay? Or the biofilm can start recreating you in your beauty, health, and perfection, in that perfect state of who you are. Now, it can do both. Many times when I'm working with people, I'll put a biofilm on and I have to take them off, put another one on, take it off. But right now, for this exercise that we're doing today, everyone take a breath. Calling in safety, surety. Right. As we're bringing in the level of allowing, we want to allow for this biofilm of beauty, health, perfection to come in and start bringing in and help recreating you in the holographic image of the truth of who you are on all levels. To do this, you have to allow. That's why I go into those patterns of allowing, or I'm not available, or I'm invalidated. You can't do this if you have those programs. There we go. All right. So take a breath again. Remember, infinite intelligence is on the breath. We don't breathe enough, and when we do, it's shallow. So try to do some of your deep breathing, pranic breathing, qigong breathing, or just some deep belly breathing throughout your day, and try to get in the space of that breath. Okay. There we go. Kisan an ulan alanini senenikit denenishul sun o tepakanan. Peace and an souls. So a calm just came in. Beautiful calming just came in here. Yeah, there we go. Kisenenikis and a purushoson. Helping you to feel safe as we dismantle these unavailable, I'm not allowed, I'm invalidated, old programs. Bringing in the power, the presence, the peace, the truth of who you are. Allowing for all old labels and identities that you've held so tightly to your chest to just melt away, so that the truth of who you are can bubble up. Not head knowledge, heart knowledge. Okay, there we go. So also going back to the very beginning of the first 4 souls that created your genetic lineage, and making sure to breaking all contracts with all of them. So some of you have been carrying their stuff, and many of us are here to break those lineages. Now that's deeper work, but I was told just now to let's include that in, and let's put a barricade up between you and all aspects of you and all those ancestors as you're playing with them in other dimensional spaces. So we don't want that bleed over from these other parallel dimensional spaces to come into your world of what you are doing or your ancestors are doing in another dimensional space. Okay. So let's break all contracts with them. Let's break everything that's been imposed upon you. So baptisms, rituals, immersions, alignments. We're looking for your total freedom. Freedom to absolutely step into your divine destiny stream. And that means total surrender to your own divinity. As we know, this whole ascension process, to me, is about just taking out everything, letting go of all the beliefs, because everything's a belief system. Even the metaphysical is a belief system. Everything's a belief system. What do you choose to believe? I choose to step into the truth of who I am without any label, without any belief system. And really that's what this ascension process is about. Emptying out the old wineskins. In the Bible it says you can't put new wine into old skins. And that makes sense to me, because the skins will burst, right? That seems logical. But the parable really means it's talking about what we need to do in order to ascend. And that's to let go of everything that we've identified ourselves to and with as a human in our human condition, and become that blank slate, right? To really be that open vessel, so that higher realms of who we are, that higher consciousness of who we are, can come into the body, so we can walk in form in the body, being an enlightened being, walking in our own self-empowerment and mastery, helping others to do the same. Okay. So allowing for more of that, because some people are really afraid of their own power. They're afraid to be seen and heard, because at times we've been in our power and spoke our truth and lived our truth, we've been harmed. So let's go into that, there we go. That's starting to look better now. Into this whole realm of allowing ourselves to really step into our power and allow for this, beautiful divine feminine energy that's starting to flood the planet even more, even with the dark trying to, plug up the crack. It's flowing through. But we have to be able to allow. So this is the big key I felt was very important for all of us as we finish up this year and step into the new year. It is one of the biggest sabotaging programs, that has created the stuck space. Now, for those who are in that flatline space, and people have heard me talk about it, it's where we've really emptied out to the point where we're like, who am I? Why am I? Where am I? Eckhart Tolle calls it no man's land. Many of us have been in this off and on over the years, and some have been in this for quite a long time. I had a lady ask me the other day, how do I get out of it? I've been sitting in it for 3 years. How do I get out of it? Well, I had to ask myself the same question, because I started going into it off and on 2006, and all of a sudden 2015, I was really in it. And I thought, I'm above the planet. I see everything as a belief system. How do I now operate as human? Because I'm in totally observer space. And the universe showed me it's allowing. It's that part of you that says, I don't know what this looks like beyond this space. I don't know that I'm safe in whatever's beyond this. I don't know that if I'm safe in my own power. I don't know. So it's this unknown part, and this part that says, well, I don't know if I can do this because I don't know if I'm allowed or I will allow myself. So it's about allowing ourselves to take the next step. So many of us have already, we've worn ourselves out paddling up the stream, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out who we are. Why am I here? Where am I going? And for those of us who threw the paddle away and let the current turn our canoes down our divine destiny stream, we're in one stage. But some of you guys are just now going, okay, I'm done. All right, I'll throw the paddle in. And it's all about just letting your canoe turn around, going down the current instead of trying to go up against it, and allowing for yourself to flow. There you go. Because see, I watch energy as I'm yakking here, down the divine energy stream of your own destiny. It's surrendering to who you really are. It's surrendering to your divinity. It's surrendering to your divine plan. And that can be a little scary to aspects of ourselves who are still have their shields up like the wounded warrior, who thinks that they have to defend us all the time. It's a little scary to let go and really be in your own flow. There we go. Now that's looking beautiful. Everyone take a breath. Yeah, take a breath. All layers, all levels, all dimensions, time and space. So no matter where you are in this journey, allowing is very important. So start using I allow in your life. I allow for infinite possibilities, for infinite flow and blessings in my life. I allow my body to step back into its perfect state of beauty, health, and perfection. I allow myself to step into the truth and the love and the power of who I am, knowing that I am safe. See, safe is a key word for all of us. So if we really start allowing and we put that out to the universe, whatever you want to add to it, however it feels to you, whatever you want to allow, the universe will start seeing this, okay? These vibrational imprints of, I allow, here I am, universe. I allow, here I am. I allow. And it says, oh, look, Dorian's allowing. So now more can open up. I'm allowing. I'm taking that unavailable sign off of me, and I'm allowing for myself to flourish. I am allowing for myself to succeed. I'm allowing, And so as that decree of I allow, it is a decree, then the universe says, oh, we're going to honor this, because now Doreen is really allowing for the blessings of the universe to come into her life. Now she's really allowing for financial flow. Now she's really allowing for her body to step back into its perfect state of beauty, health, and perfection. See, allowing is so important no matter what work you're doing, whether you're working with holographic work, whatever you're doing. It's really important, because if you're not in a state of allowing, being a divine being, having free will, then nothing can happen, because you have decreed that you're not allowed. And that's pretty big for a divine being to do that. All right, so allowing, take a breath. Kisan os ushkutan ananisinis, purun ananakand esirisus ponon oet. You can't declare and decree your divine sovereignty or your authority as a divine being if you're not allowing it. You have divine authority. You have divine birthrights. You have a right to declare and decree that all that is divinely and rightfully yours as your birthright to manifest into your reality now with ease, grace, and joy. You have that right. But if you don't believe that you're allowed, you don't have the authority to decree it. So this is what this is about, helping you to step back into your authority of who you are, so that you can command your reality. You can create your reality. There we go. So I'm working in that space because this is pretty dense for most. And let's work into this authority. All right. So I allow. Let's end this with allowing. I allow for infinite possibilities, for infinite flow and blessings into my life. I allow for divine healing to flow through my body, bringing it back to a perfect state of beauty, health, and perfection. As a divine being, sovereign being, I declare and decree and I allow that all that is divinely mine and rightfully mine as my birthright flow into my reality with ease, grace, and joy. I allow. Beautiful. Everyone just went into that space. Many, many blessings for the rest of this year and a beautiful, beautiful new year to all of you. Much, much love and light coming towards you as you allow yourself to truly step into the truth, the love, the power, the presence, the peace, the certainty, surety of who you are as a divine being. Much love. God bless.
We'll be right back with more Soulshine activations and meditations. For now, enjoy this musical break to get up and dance to the cosmic heart. meditation is with Steve Noble, who offers a meditation in the Aquarian Age transmission.
Welcome to this Aquarian Avatar transmission. And as always, breathe, open, soften, relax. Breathe, open, soften, relax. Breathing light into the body, more light into the body. Breathing light from 360 degrees into your body of bone and blood. On the out-breath, releasing any lower frequency energies in the physical body, in the bones, organs, systems of the body, cells. Releasing lower frequency energies, and on the in-breath, breathing in more light into the body of bone and blood. And feel with this process you're feeling lighter and lighter and expanding in light, expanding in light. And breathe more light into the etheric body, the chakra system. From head to base, breathing more light into all of those energy centers. On the out-breath, releasing any lower frequency energies that you've taken on from the collective consciousness, the 3D matrix. Breathing light into the emotional body, the emotional energy field that surrounds and interpenetrates the physical body. Breathing more light into that field, and on the out-breath, releasing any lower frequency energies you've taken on from the 3D matrix back to the universe. And breathing light into the mental body, the energy field that surrounds and interpenetrates the emotional and physical bodies. Breathing more light into the mental body and releasing on the out-breath lower frequency energies you've taken on from the collective consciousness, the 3D matrix. And feel your connection to the universe around you, sun, stars, earth below. And as always, we call 4 angels around you in the horizontal plane, and we start with the east with Raphael. Archangel of air, the symbol, the caduceus, the energy, emerald green fire. Greet and welcome this angel and feel your connection to the energy of emerald green fire, supporting the eastern edge of your energy field. And breathe with this angel. Open your heart to this angel. And I call to the angel of the south, Michael, archangel of fire. The symbol, the silver sword, the energy, electric blue fire. With your breath, welcome the angel who's holding the southern edge of your energy field in this transmission. Calling to the west, Archangel Gabriel of water. The symbol is the silver chalice. The energy is diamond white fire. Open your heart. Feel your connection to this angel holding the western edge of your energy field. And calling to the north, Archangel Uriel, Archangel of Earth. Symbol is a golden 5-pointed star. The energy is ruby red fire. Open your heart, feel your connection to this angel holding the northern edge of your energy field. And the angel's holding and gently expanding your field now. Expanding your field, opening you to the energy of this transmission. And I call to Metatron, who holds the Ascension Christ grid from the central sun. To bring that light down into the room, seal the room in golden white fire. Sealing the room in golden white fire, placing the symbol of Metatron in all the four walls, floor, ceiling, door, windows, sealing the room from lower frequency interference. And bringing that grid of light all the way down to the heart, anchoring into the heart space, and as you do so, opening up all the chakras above the heart. The crown chakra opens as a great sphere of light. third eye opens as a great sphere of light. Throat chakra opens as a great sphere of light. And the heart itself opens as a great sphere of pure starlight. Breathe, welcome this energy into your field, allowing the Christ grid to hold the upper half of your body in light. Adjusting your field, allowing more light to pour in all of these centers: crown, third eye, throat and heart. Allowing more light into your field. And I call to Sandra Walter of the earth below to bring up the crystalline grid of the earth, silver white fire of the earth. From the core of the earth, up, through your body and anchoring into your heart. As it does so, the base chakra opens, a great sphere of light. The sacral center opens in a great sphere of light. Solar plexus opens in a great sphere of light. And anchoring this grid along with the Christ grid in the heart center. And allowing the energy of the earth to begin to align and rebalance the chakras from the heart down. And feel yourself held by these two grids. 6 angels around you. 4 holding the horizontal space and 2 holding the vertical space. And into this energy field I call your higher self, all guides, angels working with you, and also the I Am presence. I Am presence, your oversoul. And the I Am presence brings a great column of white light around you, many feet across in diameter, from the central sun down into the core of the earth, clearing and cleansing your field. And open to the first part of this transmission as we connect to the Piscean Christ avatar who planted a seed of light in the 3D matrix 2,000 years ago. Feel your connection to this story, this light. The birth of Yeshua in Roman-occupied Palestine. This being of light was held by a number of female initiates in his family. There were a number of years where he was held by the Essene community. And at the same time traveling with his uncle Joseph of Arimathea, and also receiving training in foreign lands, including, most importantly, Egypt. The unknown years. Feel your connection to this story, open to transmission of the Piscean Christ avatar. And this mission was one of seeding the earth plane with a new energy. New energy. And at a certain point, Yeshua was overshadowed by the Christ energy at the baptism by John, where his mission began on the earth plane. And this mission was supported by a number of people, his apostles, and most importantly Mary Magdalene. And eventually there was a separation, and Joseph of Arimathea took some of the initiates, including Mary Magdalene, to southern France. And she was the Holy Grail, carrying the bloodline of the Piscean Christ avatar. And Yeshua gave a Lord's Prayer, which from the Aramaic translation goes like this: O Bertha, Father, Mother of the Cosmos, you create all that moves in light. Focus your light within us. Make us useful. As the rays of a beacon show us the way, create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight, subsistence for the call of growing life. Loose the cords of mistakes binding us, as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Don't let us enter into forgetfulness, but free us from unrightness. From you is born all ruling will, power, and the life to do. The song that beautifies all, from age to age it renews. Truly power to these statements, may they be the source from which all my actions grow, sealed in trust and faith. Amen. And feeling that transmission, this powerful story, this seed of light, 2,000 years ago, planted in Roman-occupied Palestine. And feel your connection to this story. And many of you have had lifetimes in this region. Some of you have soul aspects that have had connections with this story. Open now to a transmission of light from the Piscean Christ avatar. Breathe that light into every cell of your body. And this seed of light planted so long ago has brought volatility and chaos in the dense 3D matrix. And many have karma with the Christian story that needs to be healed and cleared. There was a twisting of this original message of love and peace, and this twisting resulted in violent conflict, persecution, death, imprisonment, torture. And the second part of the transmission is a clearing of programming and agreements so that you can move forward into the new story of the Aquarian avatar energy. And the first aspect of this clearing comes with the Roman Empire, for the message was conveyed through the Roman Empire, which itself had a long history of slavery, conflict, warfare. And the empire itself persecuted those following the Christian message. And some of you have this karma of persecution or persecutor of Christianity. Breathe, open, soften, relax as you allow the light to go deep into your body, beginning to work to shake loose old programming around this time. And the story continued as Christianity was accepted under Emperor Constantine. Once Christianity was accepted into the Roman Empire, there was a strong effort to bring unity, one unified church. As a result, many Gnostic Gospels were removed and considered heresy, such as the Gospel of Thomas, Judas, and the Gospel of Mary. This exclusion created its own karma, its own problems, as certain truths were excluded from the Christian church. Breathe, open, soften, relax. Allow more light to go deep into your body, your cells, into all layers of your light field. There was a great schism within Christianity as the empire split into two parts, and the Western and Eastern churches went their own separate ways. There was the energy of conversion of pagan peoples throughout the empires, some of it forced. And an adoption of some pagan practices within Christianity, a building on sacred sites, adoption of sacred date celebrations within the Christian movement. This energy of warfare continued later through the Crusades, war in Europe with Islam, crusade against the Cathars in France, and various religious wars in Europe. Breathe, open, soften, relax. Allow more light to go deep into all the layers of your being. There was the issue of heresy, as many heretics were condemned to death within Christianity. The Inquisition and the witch burnings in Europe, which remains a deep scar on the European psyche to this day. Breathe, open, soften, relax. Colonialism, where Christianity was spread to the Americas and Africa and Australasia. And breathe. Allow the light to go deep into your body, deep into all layers of your light field. And up to this modern day, with all the evangelical movements and various extreme Christian cults, and the Vatican with its adherence to the Piscean message and its inability to recognize the shift in collective consciousness in this time of ascension. Breathe open, soften and relax, and allow the light to hold you. 6 angels around you, Earth grid and solar grid from the central sun, the I Am Presence holding you in a column of light. Call upon all angels in the Christ grid, Metatron and the angelic forces, Archangel Michael and legions of light, to assist in this clearing. Assist you in clearing now all karmic paradigms, cycles and timelines related to this Piscean Christian story. All interference, programming, agreements, karmic, soul contracts across all time and space. I ask for assistance in clearing all of this. Allow the column of light around you to intensify. Allow the grids to adjust, bringing more light into your fields. You are held in light, and surrender into this light all archon programming, false doctrine, false light programming, false loyalty programming, all conflict programming, heresy programming, enemy patterning of us and them, all programming causing a need to fight opposing views, a need to fight darkness, all colonial programming, all slavery programming. Surrender into this light all past and parallel life, shock and trauma of hurt and harm, whether through conflict or exile or institutionalization or torture or death. Please clear all vows, including monastic vows, blocking your spiritual path and your spiritual light. Clear all programming, giving away personal power to any external authority. Clear all self-punishment programming. Clear all programming, blocking your direct connection to your higher self and source energy. Clear all programming, blocking your intuition. Clear all energetic implants, etheric crystals, devices, alien energetic structures, or any astral interference related to the Christian story. Clear all, blocking thought forms, blocking cellular memory, blocking entities. Release all carbon-based density, blocking the full embracing of your solar Christ consciousness and crystalline light body now. Release all of it, all minds or bodies or timelines, across all space and time. Just surrender it and allow more of your own authentic light to return to you. Call upon the Aquarian Christ avatar energy and all those working within the grids to help the shift on the planet from 3D to 5D. Open now to a transmission of light from the Aquarian Christ avatar and all beings of light serving that energy, all beings of light serving the ascension at this time. that light to go into the very cells of your body, to touch the very DNA of your body. This new light, this new message of love that will guide the planet for the millennium ahead. Open now to a transmission of light from the Aquarian Christ Avatar. And allow that light to radiate out into your reality. Out into your reality. As the Christ energy returns to the planet, allowing the light to go into all places of darkness on the planet. any places of conflict or injustice, sending this light in, allowing it to clear and cleanse all programming, all old agreements, all old karma that can be cleared at this time. And breathe, open, soften, relax, and allow this light to be absorbed into your body, bone and blood, into your energy fields. And you are part of this great awakening on the planet. You are part of this story as the Aquarian Christ Avatar returns. And thanking all the angels holding the horizontal and vertical forces, and all beings, the Aquarian Christ Avatar energy itself. And allow the I Am presence to seal your energy field in this column of light. Allowing you to move through your day, radiating a higher frequency of energy, a higher frequency of light, a higher frequency of love to the planet. As always, this transmission is offered to you with love and blessings, love and blessings.
This concludes Session 1 of Soulshine's Activations and Meditations for High Vibrations. We thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this program and you'd like to own the download so you can enjoy the recordings anytime again, please check out the options to own this program on the link at the bottom of this webpage. And be sure to check out the special offers of all of our Soulshine guests who offer amazing products and services for your personal journey on the path of ascension. We leave you with high vibrational music to dance our way to the cosmic heart. We'll see you in Session 2. Namaste.